All right, members of the far-left squad in Congress, they're now lashing out at Joe Biden today for standing with Israel, claiming that Israel was responsible for the deadly explosion at a hospital in Gaza. The IDF says they have a lot of evidence to the contrary. And, by the way, calling for an immediate ceasefire. So, according to them, Israel does not get to respond to an attack that took over 1,400 innocent lives. Instead, these same squad members, they want the U.S. to take in hundreds or even thousands of so-called refugees from Gaza. Thankfully, Republican presidential candidates, they're coming out against the plan. For example, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley has been clear that other Arab countries in the Middle East should be the ones taking in Palestinians. She joins us now for more. You are right in your analysis. We give $1 billion a year to Egypt. And this kind of gets into the little bit of a skirmish you've had with Governor Ron DeSantis. My argument is, whether you agree with Governor DeSantis' full statement or not, here is just a simple truth. These kids are indoctrinated with cartoons to, quote, hate the Jews since they are young. These cartoons cannot be any more clear. The books that they read from and are taught from similarly teaches that type of hatred. Does Egypt want to risk? How do you ascertain who people that may not harbor those feelings versus those that have been indoctrinated since their youth into those feelings? How do you distinguish that?
Well, first of all, I've seen the graffiti on the walls. I've seen the organization that has the textbooks that hates on Jews. I've done all of that. And I took it a step further, Sean. I stopped all U.S. taxpayer money going to the Palestinian refugees when I was at the United Nations. This is something that I always said the Arab countries, it was their responsibility, not American taxpayer responsibility. And when it comes to the refugees, the Hamas supporting countries should be the ones that take them. Qatar, Iran, and Turkey. Those are the three countries that should take any refugees. And, and they know that. But you'll see this time and time again. First of all, I said this on your show last time. Wait until this starts and everybody's going to blame Israel for everything that happens. But the key is, don't fall for it. Israel needs to do what Israel needs to do. What Biden needs to focus on, and what I would focus on, are three things: support Israel, eliminate Hamas, and do everything we can to get the hostages out. Period. Don't talk about restraint. Don't talk about a ceasefire.
I guess my question goes back to this, and I tend to agree with that last part of your comment in full. But if, in fact, children are indoctrinated at a very young age to hate and to want to kill one group of people for who they are, and as adults, how do you ascertain the extent of how well that indoctrination took, what their true feelings are? You can't measure a person's heart, but you have to assume the indoctrination played a role in their thinking as they grew up in life, don't you?
Well, and America shouldn't even focus on that. Our focus shouldn't be that. But what we should do is do what Israelis do. I mean, the Israelis always justify the difference between civilians and terrorists.
But my question is, would that be why these countries don't want to even risk taking in people that might have that kind of indoctrination?
Oh, of course. That's exactly why Egypt doesn't want to take them. That's why only Turkey, Iran, and Qatar would even consider it. But that's exactly why Egypt doesn't want to take them, because they can't vet them either. And that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge problem. What should the United States' level of involvement be, in your view?
Just those three things: support Israel, eliminate Hamas, and make sure that we get our hostages back. We don't need to worry about anything else. You are going to see there are going to be civilians that die. That's unfortunate. And when the blame goes to Israel, don't listen to it. This is Hamas at work. Remember, Hamas was the one that did the brutality. Hamas is the one that's going to try and make this look like Israel. We need to have Israel's back unapologetically. No questions asked.
All right, Nikki Haley, thank you for being with us tonight. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.